Hey, what's going on, guys? It is Dives, Mr. Crockpot on X. Today, we are breaking down my top 5 winners on defense at the Reese's Senior Bowl. Guys, if you love the draft and you want more draft content, you know what to do. Smash that subscribe button. Let's go! Alright guys, the defensive line group in this year's draft is bananas. Leading off, edge Mike Green out of Marshall. At the Reese's Senior Bowl, Mike Green demonstrated all the qualities you desire in an NFL pass rusher. Speed, check. Quickness, check. Power, check. Flexibility, triple check. He was a standout during one-on-ones, showcasing an outstanding bull rush and putting Oregon's Josh Conerly on the ground. The Marshall product checked off all the boxes he needed this week, weighing in over 250 pounds and showing a wide pass rush repertoire and proving himself against top competition. Green led the FBS with 17 sacks for the Thundering Herd, and he was a lightning force living up to his production during the drills. Mike Green's draft stock is scorching hot right now, and there is a chance he ends up being a top 20 pick in April. He has a real chance to be the Jared Verse of the 2025 draft class. Let's watch some highlights. Coming up next, let's talk about defensive tackle Darius Alexander out of Toledo. Toledo might have another draft gem coming out of his program this year in Darius Alexander. One of the small schoolers with something to prove in Mobile, Toledo defensive tackle Darius Alexander looks like another high riser in the 2025 draft. Alexander showed a great combination of quickness and power during one-on-ones, shocking offensive linemen at the point of attack, and then creating separation to get to the quarterback. Alexander has ideal power and quickness to be a versatile piece along the defensive lines at the NFL level. His tape shows it, and it continued to pop at the Senior Bowl, which could help his draft stock skyrocket. As a prospect, Alexander checks off all the NFL size boxes at almost 6'4", 305 pounds, and 34+ inch arms. Let's watch some highlights. Next up, let's talk about cornerback Quincy Riley out of Louisville. Quincy Riley's draft stock is sky high. He held his own against some of the best receivers in this class, showing physicality to compete and locate the football at the catch point. Quincy Riley was competitive and physical all week long. Riley had zero issues remaining in phase with receivers, disrupting their timing, and all signs point to this guy being a high riser. What really made Riley stand out among his peers is a trait that's often overlooked: a cornerback that never panics when beaten, out of phase, or when the ball is in the air. Riley has shown all week that he's as cool as the other side of the pillow when those instances occur, and all signs point to Quincy Riley being one of the more underrated defensive backs in the class. Right now, I think this guy has a real chance to be drafted sometime during round 2. Let's watch some highlights. Coming up next, let's talk about edge rusher David Walker out of Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas's David Walker was historically and consistently dominant at the FCS level during his career. He's amassed 37 sacks, 17 quarterback hits, and 97 hurries over his past 3 seasons. That outstanding career production at Central Arkansas got him a Senior Bowl invite, but questions remain about how he would be able to perform at a high level of competition in Mobile. Walker measured in at only 6 foot tall and under 32-inch arms. Both numbers are below average for an NFL draft pick at the position. While Walker's size and frame isn't how you would design an edge rusher in a lab, he can use that low center of gravity and dense build to generate a powerful bull rush right off the snap, or to use a sudden jolt of power to surprise a blocker later in his rush. Walker used that power to win several one-on-ones during practices, showing NFL coaches and scouts in attendance that he can be a productive edge rusher at the NFL level. Let's watch some highlights. Coming up next, let's talk about defensive lineman Sai'vion Jones out of LSU. The defensive line class in 2025 just keeps on churning. The latest prospect you need to know about is Sai'vion Jones, who made several plays in the backfield during the Senior Bowl, including 2 big tackles for loss. He also pressured Oregon quarterback Dillon Gabriel on a near pick by Georgia's Smile Munden Jr. late in the first quarter. Then, Jones just missed a sack in the third quarter, beating Texas Tech's Caleb Rogers off the snap, with Ole Miss's Princely Umanmielen cleaning it up. This is big-time news, considering the knock on Sai'vion Jones was his lack of pass rush being the key area of growth in his profile. The LSU Tigers aligned Jones as a 4-tech in a 3-point stance or a 5-tech in a 2-point stance, with his muscular frame and long arms sticking out the most on tape. Jones got work both as an edge rusher and defensive tackle at Mobile, something worth noting as Jones has added weight in recent months. He was mostly considered a day 3 pass rusher before the Senior Bowl, but based on his performance, measurables, and upside, this is a guy who looks like a lock for the top 100 come April. Let's watch some highlights. Alright guys, those are my top 5 winners at the 2025 Reese's Senior Bowl. Do you agree or disagree? Who are your favorite defensive prospects in the 2025 draft? Let me know down in the comments section below. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay awesome.